All right, and we back. The Super Bowl is here. Going to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl and the matchup. As I'm recording this, it is 1:45 p.m. Super Bowl goes on in about 2 hours. The video will come out. Video actually might come out after. I'll be honest. I'm not sure. We'll see. Line is at Kansas City -1.5. Over under set at 48.5. I like Eagles +1.5. I seriously think this could be like a 28-27 game where a team gets 4 touchdowns, one team gets a touchdown, 3 field goals, and misses a 2-point conversion to go for the win, yada, 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 things like that. I like Kansas City to win this game. I like over 48.5. I thought I had it at 49.5. I like that too. Looking at some injuries, obviously Mahomes is on the injury report. He'll play. Juwan Taylor, Jalen Watson, Brian Cook, they're all playing. Sky Moore's probably the only one that probably won't play. For the Eagles, Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson, both missed practice, but they will play. Devonta Smith, same thing. He will be in there. Probably, maybe won't see Kenneth Gainwell, but Will Shipley will be there. But Saquon's obviously the lead back, so we're fine. I mean, there's really so much to talk about with this Super Bowl, right? Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, all the Evil Empire going for 3 straight Super Bowls, going for the first repeat in NFL history and the first repeat in American sports since the 2000 to 2002 Lakers. Again, I think the Chiefs are going to win. I'm not going to sit here and draw this out. I think the Eagles are a great team. Obviously, the Eagles, this is a team, they're led by their offensive line and their running game. Obviously, Lane Johnson at right tackle is one of the best players in football. Saquon Barkley, same thing. Opposite Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, he's an absolute fucking stud. A.J. Brown is awesome. I mean, you guys know the roster, right? Defensively, Darius Slay, Zach Bound, Jalen Carter, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Quinion Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, exciting whites, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Reed Blankenship. I mean, that's just on defense. Obviously, offensively, Devonta Smith opposite A.J. Brown. You have Dallas Goedert at tight end. The rest of the offensive line in Landon Dickerson and Mekhi Becton, both guards are fucking incredible. Haven't mentioned Jalen Hurts, but he's been great this whole season. And this is a team, they lean a lot on this. They're loaded at every position. I think the Eagles are good. I think the key to this game is going to be, can Kansas City stop the Eagles' running attack, the rushing offense? I mean, that's going to be the key to this whole game. And that's going to fall on the Kansas City defense, right? This Kansas City defense, they've been good. Obviously, Travis Kelce has been one. Listen, I understand he's 35, I think. He didn't put up the craziest counting stats, but when you need to make a play, Travis Kelce is still that guy. I think he's still probably the best tight end in football. I know the numbers might not have supported that statement, but it's the Chiefs, it's the Super Bowl. Obviously, Mahomes, I thought he was the best quarterback to start the season. I thought he was going to be the best quarterback in the NFL. Still an elite quarterback, but that honor definitely went to Lamar Jackson. Sorry, I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen was incredible too, but Lamar Jackson should have won MVP. Obviously, Chris Jones is the one leading that defense, and then you also have Trent McDuffie. Chiefs' offensive line is no slouch as well, right? Obviously, Joe Thuney, Trey Smith, you have Creed Humphrey. The middle of that offensive line is loaded. On the defensive side, obviously, Justin Reed, Leo Chenal, Drew Tranquill, and George Karlaftis, and Nick Bolton. Their linebackers are awesome. This is a team that'll be interesting to see the weapons in the Super Bowl. Obviously, Isaiah Pacheco missing a lot of the season, still hasn't necessarily looked like the Isaiah of old. Rashee Rice missing this entire game, or pretty much this entire season. It'll be interesting to see if DeAndre Hopkins can get a championship. Kareem Hunt has been great. Marquise Brown, obviously he's out there missing a lot of weapons. It'll be interesting to see if Xavier Worthy steps up. Harrison Butker, obviously I think the Chiefs have the kicking advantage in this game. We've talked about both teams. I don't know if the Chiefs defense, this game might turn into a Eagles score really quickly, Chiefs take 8 minutes to score game, where like you can't afford not to score if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. I think again, I just there's something about it. Like we've gotten to the point with Patrick Mahomes. He has 3 Super Bowls. He's been to 4 of the last 6, I think technically. It's just it feels, I don't want to say it feels inevitable, but like when I was growing up watching Tom Brady, it felt stupid to bet against Tom Brady. And that's how I feel with Patrick Mahomes. Like I picked the Chiefs at the beginning of the season to win the Super Bowl, and I would be remiss to change my pick now, right? I may not have stuck with, like, during when the Ravens kind of took over, I kind of was leaning toward the Ravens, I'll be honest. But the Chiefs, you ride with the team that you picked. I've never been on the Eagles train, not to say that the Eagles are bad, but it just feels so inevitable with Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid, Travis Kelce. I mean, shit, they got the Swifties behind them. I mean, it just feels so crazy. I think if they win, Mahomes wins MVP. It would be interesting to see a Saquon Barkley win an MVP if the Eagles win, or like maybe even a defensive player like a George Karlaftis. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, Twitter would go ballistic if Jalen Hurts won a Super Bowl MVP. But I think it's going to lean a lot on the defenses for both sides, right? I think George Karlaftis has to have a big game for the Kansas City Chiefs. But I think the Eagles, that you could pick, like, a name out of a hat, and you could tell me that this person made a big impact. I mean, Josh Sweat off the edge as well. Zach Baum, an underrated name. Zach Bounna, excuse me. Maybe Quinion Mitchell has a pick 6 or, 10 tackles or Jalen Carter has 2 sacks or 3 sacks. I mean, this is an incredible game. I think it's going to be a lot better than people think. I think the last time we saw this 2 years ago, 38-35, Chiefs won. That was a hell of a Super Bowl. I think it's going to be just as exciting. I mean, if you're looking at some odds here, Travis Kelce, anytime TD plus 140, dude, that seems like free money to me. First TD score, Saquon Barkley at plus 450. If the Eagles get the ball, I mean, if we watched the Chiefs last year, they went down, I think it was 13-0, 10-0. It just never, if the Eagles can't pull away quickly, it's going to feel like the Chiefs have all the momentum. It's just how it is. Another line I'm looking at, Goddard over 52.5, minus 111. Yeah, Goddard, he's had like the same amount of target share. He's had like tied for the most target share of any Eagles player this entire season. And if it wasn't this season, it was the playoffs. Regardless, Dallas Goedert, he had 6 for 60 last time they played in the Super Bowl. I think the game plan for the Chiefs, again, is going to be stopping the running backs. So it's going to be forcing Jalen Hurts. Can Jalen Hurts beat you? Can you get the ball to A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert? I think he can. 52.5, I like that line. And I also like him for anytime TD, plus 290. I think both Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes look for their tight ends a lot. I think we could see easily a tight end or touchdown for both of them. And if you're not going to go with the Eagles for an anytime touchdown score, look for Xavier Worthy first TD score plus 1,100. Listen, Xavier Worthy's been a gadget guy. They love to manufacture touches for him in the red zone because he is fast and because he can break plays like this. It's awesome to watch him play. He could be the target from 30 plus because he has game-breaking speed. He's got go ball speed. Or you see an end around, a bubble screen, a shovel pass, the Mahomes thing where he's running to the right and then somehow someone slips left and bah. I mean, this is just, it's going to be an interesting Super Bowl. The last one I'm going to talk about, Saquon Barkley. I think his carry line is set at 22. I think he easily gets 22 carries. If the Eagles get the lead in the fourth quarter, bro, they're going to run the ball down the Chiefs' throat to try to milk the clock. Outside of the NFC Championship game, Saquon Barkley's averaged 28 carries in the last 4 games. 2 of those, I don't know how many of those were playoff games, but regardless, 28 of those, or 28 carries in the last 4 games. Why would you change the approach now? They're not going to. You're going to lean on Saquon Barkley. I've said it over and over in this video, and if you want to punch the Chiefs in the mouth, this is how you do it. At the end of the day, I know I just game plan for the Eagles. Dude, it's so tough to, and like, I think if you're watching this game, if you're picking this game in your head, like, sure, you, like, on paper, everything favors the Eagles. Like, they have so many more good players. I think the best players are on the Chiefs, but I think in terms of like overall talent, the Eagles have the Chiefs number, but I just don't, it's so hard to get me like right now to bet against Patrick Mahomes. And the last times I've done it, I don't want to say I'm wrong, but like it's been tough to bet against Patrick Mahomes and be right. And the only time it felt like that was when I believe it was 21 when the Chiefs, or 20, I forget which year it was, when Mahomes was running for his life because his entire offensive line was hurt. His entire offensive line isn't hurt. He has 3 of the best interior offensive linemen in football. I'm going to go Chiefs. Fuck it. Chiefs 28, Eagles 27. That's my final prediction. Make sure to comment down below your predictions. If you see this after the Super Bowl, hopefully I'm right. Maybe I look like a messiah. And comment down below what you guys want to see next. Like and subscribe. YouTube thinks you're going to like this video. Find out if they're right.